So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude in the Couch. Today, I'm joined by This Summit Fever, which is a band from I'm trying to say this right, Shropshire, UK.
Almost Shropshire.
Shropshire, yeah, sorry,
It's
yeah,
hard to say. It is hard to say,
it
to be
is hard
fair.
to say, especially for someone that speaks Spanish. So, I have Andy with me and Jim. Andy's the guitar player and the singer, and Jim is the drummer who hits stuff, like he said offline
Yep,
a
hit
few
stuff
minutes
really hard.
ago. So I want to talk about, how did the band, the inception of the band, how did the project come to fruition, Andy?
Well, yeah, it kind of started with me during lockdown. So I was just writing a few riffs, and gradually they became songs. I showed it to some friends, and yeah, I played all the instruments just because it was lockdown. So but I wasn't planning for it to sort of be a solo project. I was hoping that it would be a band one day. And then me and Jim have known each other for a really long time, and he was interested to play drums. So we got together, and really the band started properly at the point that Jim joined. Really, up until that point, it was kind of like a passion project for me, I suppose. Really,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just kind of getting like saying about Andy started the project on furlough. It was like that sort of perfect timing where we were sort of kind of both at loose ends. I was on furlough. I was away from work for 6 months, so just a positive outcome from COVID, I guess you can say.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's weird because a lot of people started like different jobs, projects on COVID. Uh,
Mm.
when COVID happened, I got a record player, and I was thinking of doing a YouTube channel, but it at first I was like hesitant to do it, but I finally decided last year I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So when I started it, I've been talking with Andy for 2 years now. So I said, "Hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel. I could interview the band at some time." So yeah, we've been talking for months about when you were going to release music, we would do an interview. So it's interesting that when Andy started it, it was like you alone doing everything. So it was like you were doing like a Dave Grohl did with the first Foo Fighters album, where he played everything and he put a name so people wouldn't think it was a solo project. But I remember chatting with you, Andy, at the beginning, and you sent me. I heard a few songs like before, and I remember I told you, "Oh, this sounds cool," because there's like some Mastodon vibes with some Queens of the Stone Age. And I was reading the bio that you have on your socials, where you say this think describing the band as the Black Keys playing Black Sabbath. And I'm like, yeah, that's an interesting combination, because it's like a heavier version of the Black Keys, if you will. So on that note, what are you guys musical influences?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, Black Sabbath is probably the main one for me, and Andy as well, I'm sure. Um, and Led Zeppelin, John Bonham's a massive influence on me, and Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Um, Drumming wise, drumming style wise, that's my sort of main influences. And I've been into heavy metal
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
since I was 15. That sort of heavy metal scene from the 70s Birmingham area, because we're just like 20 miles from there. So I think that's kind of in our DNA really, as black country metalheads.
Okay. What about you, Andy? What are your musical influences?
Um, I, I've got a lot really. I'm more influenced by songwriters, I think. So so and I guess not always in the genre as well. So obviously people you mentioned Dave Gold before. I, I think he's an exceptional songwriter.
It's fantastic.
Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. But I like Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash. I love storytellers. And as I say, I listen to a lot of different, as just Jim does as well. Like we listen to a lot of different styles, and although it might not be totally obvious in when you listen to it in the first place, we definitely try and bring other influences other than just making it heavy metal. I suppose we love heavy metal. Don't get me wrong. Like Slayer, Sepultura, this sort of stuff. I love it. But we kind of wanted to bring other influences into the music. And you mentioned as well the Black Keys. It's the blues. I think our stuff is influenced a lot by the blues as well. So yeah.
Well, Black Sabbath was influenced by the blues as well. So it's part of the like rock and roll DNA.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, it's very interesting. And there's there's been years where there's been bands that have two members. Like I have right here the White Stripes, Royal Blood from England too. It's it's a 2-person band. So it's something that is more common now. Like that in the past it was weird to have like a band that was only 2 members, but I'm telling you, for you guys being 2 members, the sounds huge. And I've been following you, and I know that in 2021 you released an EP called Doubt. How was the recording process of that EP? Like, walk me through like the songs that you did for that one.
So we wrote those songs in a sort of fairly short period of time, and we kind of felt that they all kind of had a flavour together, and again, we trying to sort of write it as a kind of piece. The songs are a little different. But we try to have sort of peaks and valleys within the whole EP. So obviously you've got like Reborn, which is fairly sort of straight ahead, and Fury Pulled Me South. We re-recorded that, but some the songs in the middle of those. I kind of, we try to sort of musically take it somewhere else.
It's a good EP. I was listening to it like a half an hour ago. I've listened to it, but I wanted to have it fresh in my memory. So I want to show the artwork because I like showing artwork here in the program. So this is the artwork for that Doubt EP that came out last year. Who did this artwork?
It was someone that I also was following on Instagram, funnily enough.
Oh, nice.
Her name is Victoria Jepson. I think her project, her art sort of name is Man the River. And I approached her to see if she could do something for us, and I explained the concept of the EP, and she got it straight away. She understood where I was coming from, and I think she knocked it out of the park personally.
It's great artwork. I think it's beautiful. I like the colors. I like the snakes on it. So what I see the snakes, biting the bird. What is the concept that you wanted to portray on this cover?
A lot of the lyrics in the music that we write together is to do with I suppose the human condition, let's say. So mental health being one of them, and the snakes for me were supposed to represent the feeling of doubt, I suppose, and how destructive self-doubt can be. You know, I think it's funny, but I think I know a lot of really talented people that don't do anything with their talent, or don't do anything actively with this great musical talent or great artistic talent, because they're worried about being judged. You know, they're worried that people won't get what they, they're worried about what people think, I suppose. And I was definitely like this, and I think it having self-doubt and having anxiety, it can stop you from doing things that you really enjoy doing. It can stop you from living your life,
That's true. Yeah, no, that's very true, because sometimes I think like you can be your worst critic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you can doubt yourself like for doing anything, but like once you do it, then you get the confidence to do it. So yeah, and it's a great cover. So yeah, props for the artist that you named, because she did some great work on it and it looks really good. So you're getting ready to release a new song called The Beyond, which is the music video is going out on May 6th. I saw the video and I heard the song. It's a really catchy number. I love the riffing on it. It has like a Black Sabbath meets like someone like the Black Keys, like we mentioned. What is The Beyond about?
Okay, so The Beyond is about going through a really dark period. Again, as I mentioned before, like the lyrics kind of talk about the human condition. So it's coming through like a depression, and again, sort of, and I suppose having hope that that you can come through it, and that have it. One of the lyrics is having I have no fear of what's beyond, and I think it's sort of like accepting that you can't control everything, but you can control the way that you react to things, and sometimes you have to kind of fight to be well, and to take control of what you can control, if you know what I mean, like, and that's your kind of reaction to situations.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Like, so the lyrics on The Beyond are like facing what's coming ahead, without fear, and it's everything how you handle yourself when under stress, pressure. So it's very relatable topic that I think people can easily latch onto. And the music video, when people see it in May 6, it's all black. It's black and white. It looks really good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I love black and white videos that look good. It's just you guys jamming the song, but yeah, it looks. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the song a lot. And I know you guys you have a show in May, right? I think it's a contest to play in Bloodstock, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's on May 15th. Is that right?
May 15th.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's like a sort of nationwide contest where they kind of scoop up a bunch of bands.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, so we're in the Birmingham sort of area, so they're going to scoop up a bunch of bands from this area, and there'll be several others. So you play, you get voted if you get through. It's a way for us to possibly get onto Bloodstock, which would be really cool. I'd love that. That'd be great. But it's a good thing they're doing to kind of inject a bit of life back into the live scene after COVID, and there was no shows on, obviously, as you'll know. We're quite happy to be involved in this. Like I say, injecting a bit of life into the live scene again, which is positive, really.
Yeah, no. So you're competing with Phantom State and Awaken Eternity, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm rooting for you guys because I don't know them.
We need all the support we can get.
No, hopefully, that would be huge to play in Bloodstock, and hopefully best of luck to you guys. So you're going set to release the Beyond. Are there do you have like a full album or another EP in the works at the moment?
We've got Andy's got a few riffs and songs down. But the way we work is Andy will come up with the riffs. He'll show me the riffs. I'll work something out that matches it, and then we kind of just build a song from there. A lot of my playing is at the point of recording really is improvised, and
wow,
what I put to the track on the sort of recording of it is kind of how it goes. That's just the way I've always worked. But we've got a few more tracks. I think the idea is we'll do like another 3-track EP, and possibly if we can squeeze on a couple of live versions of the tracks with that as well. That'd be great, time depending, and if we can get a good sound guy to plug us something into the PA, we'll get some live sets down. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that would be great, and it's interesting the way that you go into the studio to record and you improvise. Sometimes this is my opinion. I think sometimes when you overthink things, you get complicated. So I think that's a great approach. Yeah. You just go listen to what Andy has created and just buy from it and create. And
whatever fits the music, it works. That's just always the way I've done it. And maybe I'm not musical or something, being a drummer. I'll just, like you say, whack stuff. But
I disagree with that. It's very musical.
Yeah,
the drums.
I just think I just put drums to it and it fits.
Yeah, it sounds great to me. I can't play anything, so so that's what you do when you can't play an instrument. You review.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we need more reviewers.
I know there's some reviewers that play music. I'm a music fan, but I've tried to play instruments, but I'm just bad at it. Some people have that talent. I do not. But I've always enjoyed music from a young age, and the band. I like that approach. I think that's approach that's more loose. So, when you guys aren't playing music, what are your hobbies?
You want to go on that
one? My hobby, I suppose, is music. So whenever I'm not, because I have a job, a sort of regular job as well. When I'm not working or taking care of my kid, then generally I'm working on music or something to do with the band. So to be honest, at the moment, I don't have much time to do anything else. You've got kids, so how busy.
Yeah,
know. So,
and this is also my hobby. This doesn't pay the bills too, so this is not my real job.
but this is kind of what I was saying earlier, and me and Jim had this same conversation as well. It's like, you do it because you want to do it, and I think there's a lot in that. It's like you're living your life. It's like you're living with intention. You're doing this project because you want to, and you care about it, and you like music, and And we're the same. You know, we you know, we like creating music. We like to write music. We like playing music. We like listening to music. You know, and you know, that's kind of where it ends. Really, like we've got no aspirations to be, you know, huge rock stars. You know, it's just not. Again, it's just not the sort of people that we are. You know, we just want to make music and play music and enjoy doing it. You know,
you seem like down to earth guys. I don't see Motley Crue vibes in you. You know,
yeah,
you're not gonna write.
There's a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah, maybe 20 years ago. But you know, we meet a lot of folks doing what we do, and you know, I just think like, you know, we don't need to pretend to be that. You know, like it's, you know, I don't feel the need to pretend to be something that we're not. You know, it's like, you know, we just love music, and
that.
You know, it's. I don't.
It
Do you know what I
makes
mean?
perfect sense. Yeah, and you know, I think back in the past, like in the 80s, like the image for the rock stars was important. But I think now, in after the 90s, and you know, Nirvana happened, that all went out the window. Like I think music became more important. And you know, sadly, back in the 2000s, like image for pop stars and things is important. But I think in rock right now, people don't care that much about like, oh, he's the most rock star. I think people like more now honest music and great lyrics. I think that's what people like more now. That in the past, everything had to be like bigger. Everyone had to be like the most metal and evil. I don't think that's the same in 2022. So yeah, I don't care about image. You know, there's bands that obviously the image is important to them. Like for example, like Rammstein. You can't see Rammstein without thinking about fires and explosions. Like that's who they are. But like there's other bands that don't do that, and
but that, you've made a really great point there, and I think you've kind of hit the point that I was trying to make, which I didn't make very well. Is that Rammstein don't walk around? They don't go to the supermarket dressed as Rammstein. Do you know what I mean?
You imagine them walking around in the supermarket like on fire, and they're being like, "Oh, what do you want, sir? Du hast, Fish."
They really live it.
Yeah, they probably, you know, walk around in normal clothes, you know, and do normal things, you know, walk the dog, and you know, and that's what I'm saying is that I think there are some people that think that they've got to act this rock star all the time.
They might respond to you now and prove you wrong.
Well, maybe Rammstein do walk around dressed as Rammstein with loads of fire going to the supermarket.
That would be awesome, just like being around and them walking around like on fire, shouting at German at you. That would be hilarious. But you know, there's a meme, like, you know, the lead singer from Metallica, you know, he's dressed all when he dresses all metal, and there's a meme of him like he was in Europe and he's in shorts and sandals and like a surfer shirt. So he doesn't dress metal all the time, you know, he dresses like a normal dude, like would be. And there's people that make too fuss about it, like, oh, why isn't he wearing like a leather jacket and chains? You know, because he's fucking shopping.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the kind of the point I'm making, is that like it's an act. You know, I think that you know, and you know, people take that side of it way too seriously, and like, you know, they've got to, but everything's contrived about it. You know, like they want to look all scruffy, but it's all done. You know, like, you know, the hair's scruffy, but it's styled. You know, and it's like I say, you know, it doesn't appeal to us really. You know, we just want to do music. You know, not bothered about that really.
I think that's important. You know, and the hair. You know, I used to have long hair, but now when you think about it, taking care of long hair, it's a pain in the ass. You know, like there comes an age, like if you're, I don't know, when you're like 45, 50 and long hair, you kind of like, oh, come on, you kind of, you know, I don't feel like there's people, I remember when Metallica cut their hair and people were like, oh, they cut their hair. I'm like hair doesn't have to do anything with music. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's like an ideology, isn't it? You know,
It is.
I
So
think it's silly.
what about you, Jim? Any hobbies?
Yeah, I've got two kids as well, and so quite busy, a busy job as well. But yeah, I like to do mountain biking and massively into classic cars and hot rods, anything with an engine.
Oh,
That turns
nice.
me on. So yeah, I'm yeah, anything that I can tinker with, or also I'm an engineer, so I like to take things apart. Not so good at putting them back together, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, I like mountain biking, going to drag races, taking the kids to drag races. They love it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But they're my main hobbies, and playing drums, obviously, I've done since I was a teenager. Any opportunity I get, I can jump behind a kit and play. But yeah, that's my out of work and out of music life, really, in a nutshell.
Yeah, I know having kids, it's really, sometimes you don't know how you get things done, especially if
Oh
they're
yeah,
young,
yeah,
they demand so
absolutely.
much attention. But
Mm.
so getting back to the music, uh, so the premiere of the new song, The Beyond, is May 6th. Where are you premiering the song?
So it'll be on all the our social medias. So it'll be on Facebook and Instagram. It'll be linked from there, I guess.
Yeah.
And it'll be uploaded onto our YouTube channel as well. And the song will be available on Spotify and iTunes, and Bandcamp as well.
Yeah, Bandcamp is it's good for musicians. And so guys, I want to thank you guys for taking some time to talk to me and discuss a little bit about your music and the Beyond. So for people that don't know this Summit Fever, I think it's a band that if it can appeal to people who like rock, who like blues, who like alternative, and who like metal, because it's they fuse all those styles into what they do. So on May 6th, check out the new single, The Beyond, and they already have that EP, Doubt, and other songs that Andy and Jim put out in 2020. So check them out. So again, this is Hector, the Shield doing a couch, and I'll see you right here next time on the couch. Thank you and have a great day. And guys, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Hector.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.